Next up at UFC 301, we have the featured fight of the evening. We have Anthony Smith taking on surging prospect Vitor Petrino. Vitor Petrino definitely going to fight his toughest test. He's put on the stage. They put him in the big bright lights. They're giving him the biggest name of his entire career, and he's hoping to shine here. Vitor Petrino is undefeated at 11-0. He's looking for his 5th UFC win. He's taking on Anthony Smith. His record is the polar opposite, 37.
Wait a second. Didn't this guy just fight last weekend? What a short turnaround. He just fought.
People do love those jokes. People were like, when Bogdan was fighting Ryan Spann, didn't we see this fight twice already? They do look alike, but it's like, all right, every time. Anthony Smith, 37-19. This guy has 46 professional fights, and that the speed and the swiftness at which I did that math is impressive. Anthony Smith is only 2-3, though, in his last 5, and he is coming off that knockout loss to Khalil Roundtree. The odds are quite wide here, and they should be. We had a young, surging newcomer versus a veteran that's aging out, a veteran that's been finished and is aging out, a veteran that's been through more wars and has lost more teeth in that octagon than Vitor Petrino has fights. And that teeth comment wasn't even that is the truth. Anthony Smith, if you remember, had his teeth knocked out fighting Glover Teixeira. They picked his teeth up. And then put him on the side of the cage, and he continued his fight. Anthony Smith is as tough as they come. Too tough for his own good, which is why he's aging a little faster than he should inside this cage. But Anthony Smith is still very good. He's got fantastic hands. He's got good low kicks. He's got very good jiu-jitsu. He's got submissions over several highly ranked fighters. The problem is he is too tough for his own good. He is aging somewhat rapidly. And, he's focusing on the second part of his career. He's now focusing on the desk work, the table work, the analyst work, as he should be, because he's starting to age out here. It is a good step up in competition for Vitor Petrino, though. On one hand, I hate that the UFC does this, right? I hate that they take guys that have done the right by the company and they say, here's a killer, good luck. On the other hand, I guess, how else do you build these stars? And this is a big step up for Petrino. Anthony Smith is old, but he is skilled. And Vitor Petrino is a physical monster. This guy has cardio. He's got power in his hands with a wild left hook. He's got great grappling. It's evolving, but it is very good. He has 15 takedowns in his last 4 fights. His takedown defense is just okay. He does a nice job working his way up and out of danger if he does get taken down. He is very, very green. He makes a lot of mistakes. We saw all of that in his last fight. It was a pretty forward pressure win against Tyson Pedro, but he was making mistakes. People thought he was going to smoke Pedro and finish him, and it went to a decision, but it's okay. That's what happens as you evolve as a fighter, as you work your way up the ladder. You could argue Anthony Smith is on a 4-fight losing streak because I think he lost to Ryan Spann in that fight. But the reality is Anthony Smith is probably going to lose this fight. He is tough. He is durable. Vitor Petrino should win, but I would be somewhat careful here because until we see Vitor beat somebody with the wild experience of Anthony Smith, we don't know necessarily what he's going to do here, but he should win. I'll let you talk about how, I don't know if you planned on it, but last time Vitor Petrino fought, you and I talked about how he looks at his coaches and listens and stuff like that. I don't know if you planned on that, but go ahead. No?
Now say what?
Last time Vitor Petrino fought, when he beat Tyson Pedro, the next day we spoke on the phone, as we do. And you mentioned how Vitor Petrino looks at his coaches. Vitor Petrino pays attention to his coaches, literally makes adjustments in between rounds, looks at them in the fight while in the cage. He's a very coachable guy that is learning at an incredible pace. Well, I just said it for you. You don't need to say it, you fucking asshole. And also, my math was wrong. I said 46 is 56, but go ahead.
I think this is a very winnable fight for Anthony Smith. The more I think about this, I think this is a very winnable fight. He's got to do one thing, and it's going to be tough, and that's just avoid the power, right? You avoid the power. If you're Anthony Smith, and he is a Factory X guy, and these guys have good game plans, and if you're game planning for a guy like Anthony Smith, you're going to be the more technical guy. You're going to be the more technical striker, the more technical boxer. You're going to have a good jab, right? Because you're heavy on that front leg. You got to pray to God that Vitor hasn't figured out how to throw a calf kick, right? Hopefully he hasn't figured out how to throw a decent calf kick yet, but he could come with a calf kick. You got to pump that jab, and you got to get the fuck out of there, right? You pump the jab, you get the fuck out of there. You pump the jab, you get the fuck out of there. Because what's going to happen is Vitor's going to keep stalking. He's going to keep stalking. He's going to start getting frustrated. He's going to start throwing heavy. And once he starts throwing heavy and that's still not working, what is he going to do? He's going to initiate the grappling. And Anthony Smith, that's exactly what you want to happen because you are the better grappler in this fight. You're the more experienced grappler. Angelo mentioned looking to his coaches. He's in top position, half guard, looking at his coaches. He's a coachable guy, but he also was looking at his coaches like, hey, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do here? Anthony Smith is very well versed on the ground. And the last thing you want, if you're a Vitor better, as this gets to the second round, as I expect it probably does, right? I think it's going to get to the second round, and Vitor is shooting takedowns, and all of a sudden he's losing a scramble, and you have Anthony Smith on top of you in the second round. That's not where you want to be as your Vitor better. I say that all that to say I am going to pick Vitor. Right, and I have played Vitor because, as you mentioned, a durable guy. He's got the power. I've just seen Anthony Smith get beat up too many times to pick him, to put money on him. Well, I did put a little bit of a sprinkle and something on him. But Vitor should win this fight. But I think it's a very winnable fight for Anthony Smith. But he could end up. I say all that, he could get smoked, but I think it's a winnable fight. Vitor's not he doesn't have the technique really. He doesn't have volume. I've been looking for opportunities to fade him. I don't think this is the one.
No.
But I think there's going to be an opportunity here for Smith if he wants it.
Yeah, I think Petrino, what we did see in his last fight is he does have cardio. He is willing to grapple. That's what I appreciate about him in his last fight.
If you're Vitor, I would not fucking grapple this guy. He's going to be ready with those guillotines. He's going to be ready with the sweeps and scrambles. I think you just walk through the shots and try to land the big shots. He's been chinned before. If you're Vitor, I wouldn't initiate the grappling at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vitor can win multiple ways. I think Vitor wins this fight. It's always funny. People are like, he went to a decision because he wanted to prove he could in his last fight. No, he went to a decision because he went to a decision. That's what he wasn't proving anything. He just couldn't finish Tyson Pedro. But I do think Vitor wins this fight. Obviously, he's my least confident. Makes it sound like I'm very confident he wins. But of the him, Michelle Pereira, these Kyle Barallo, Vitor is who's that other huge favorite on the undercard? There's another huge favorite on the other. Yeah, Bonfim. Vitor's my least confident in all of them, all those big expensive favorites. But I do think Vitor still wins this fight. $9,400 in DraftKings. Too many unknowns here. Anthony Smith is too durable. Durability can help you sometimes because Vitor can score 1 million points because he's just dropping them and taking them down, doing all those things. I would say choose at your own. I do think he wins. $9,400 is a lot of money. Realistically, you're only going to be able to put 2 of these guys in your lineup. We'll fade Bonfim, fade Kyle Barallo. So then maybe it is Michelle Pereira and Vitor Petrino at those price points, but certainly could be tricky.
Everything okay over there?
You hear this idiot dog crying for food?
Ooh, you're going to be like that North Dakota governor.
What'd he do?
Or South
Beat
Dakota.
His dog?
It's a female, by the way. So
what'd she
nice,
say?
nice sexism there. You didn't hear about that?
No.
Are we done with this breakdown?
Become a premium member. It's only $10 a month. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. You'll get everything you'd ever want or need.
She had allegedly, I don't know, I've just seen this story all over the place, but she had a puppy, I don't know how old it was, that she was trying to teach it to be a bird dog or something like that, to try to take it to be a bird dog, but it was just being a puppy. She couldn't train the dog, and I guess it got into the neighbor's yard and killed some chickens because it's just a puppy and it sees these things or whatever. So she was like, this is an untrainable dog. It was still a puppy. I can't deal with this dog. It's an untrainable dog. Fucking shot it and killed it. Isn't that the fucking insane? And it is proud about it. Like, yeah, I had to make a tough decision. I'm good.
No, you didn't.
I'm a good governor because I had to make a tough decision and shoot my dog I couldn't train. That's the story I heard. I mean, there's probably it's the internet, but that's the story I heard.
Dude, the only excuse to put a dog down is if it has not even rabies. I think they can cure rabies now.
I can't remember.
Is if it bites somebody, if it's biting children in the face, that's a problem.
I think it was just being a puppy, man. Just an untrained puppy.
Even if it's a stupid grown dog. Scout is a grown dog that is untrainable. We haven't put him down. Jesus. That's crazy. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to wewantpicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.